Alright guys, how's everybody doing? This is Ruben once again with Philosophy. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked any of my past videos, please subscribe to the channel, like or comment on the video. Really appreciate it. Today, I want to talk about the beautiful story of salvation that many of us grew up on, and that a lot of people don't quite understand the beautiful message in that story. Even if you're from another religion, have different beliefs, as long as your goal is good, which everybody's goal is good, right? Nobody wants to be evil. Even Hitler thought that he was doing good. He thought in his mind, his delusional mind, that he was actually doing good. The terrorist organizations, they all think they're doing good. Some of us work more on self-perspective than the whole perspective. Christianity gives great messages on the belief of wholeness, not just self. Christianity is about destroying the self and looking at everyone as a whole. That's why I love the message. If you're from other religion, another belief, as long as your goal is good, in a whole perspective, thinking about the whole, not just yourself, you can apply that message to you and find salvation, if you want to say it. I grew up Christian. I grew up Catholic. Catholicism was big in my house, and to this day, most of my family members are Catholics. I believe in the message of the Bible. I believe in Jesus because of the message that is so freeing. I've done many things in my life when it comes to researching self-development, how to be a better person, how to think clearer, how to get rid of your emotional baggage that we've been through life, right? And there's only a few things that have worked that I actually feel can really make a difference in Christianity. Is number one, I teach a lot about these other techniques that are around the world. One of them being like thought field therapy, TFT. If you haven't watched that video, definitely go look at it. If you're dealing with any emotional trauma, anxiety, any negative emotion that is really bothering your life, even if it's just to a little extent or to a big extent, watch that video. It will go ahead and make a huge difference in your life. So apart from that, like, I teach a lot of techniques, the beliefs on Christianity, and a few of those techniques are my main thing. And the reason for that is because of the message of salvation that Christianity explains. Everybody just knows the typical Christian story. Jesus died on the cross for your sins. That way you can be saved. Many people really don't know the true facts or the true meaning of that message. And how do you know the true meaning apart from the typical meaning that everybody knows? Everybody knows the message, but do they really feel a huge difference in their hearts? Yes, some do, but most people don't. And how do you know truth? Whenever you're trying to search it, it's by what you're feeling inside. If you feel this peace, if you feel peace, feel clarity, then you're going on the right path. That's a God-given gift that God has given you. Everybody asks, "Oh, what should I do? Should I take this deal? Should I not take that deal? Should I make this move?" Just follow you always heard the expression, follow your heart. What that means is, if there's no peace, don't do it, right? You can, and there's nothing wrong with it, even if you fail. Every failure is a learning experience. But I mean, if you feel the best way, the Christian belief, the The Christianity belief is everything you do, you must do it out of rest, out of peace. Sometimes peace and rest means working extra hours to go ahead and maybe take your family out of a financial hole. Maybe sometimes the way to peace and rest could be getting off of that toxic relationship that you're in. And that's the way to peace and rest. It may not feel all comfortable, but sometimes that is. The way to peace and rest is maybe having a workout regimen and a healthy living lifestyle so you can go ahead and feel great and live a long life. So that's the message of Christianity. Most people have turned it around thinking it's all about laws. Oh, I must do this, I must do that, I must do this, I must do that. If I don't do that, I'm not safe. Well, they're missing the whole message. The whole message was you're saved. If you believe in this teaching, if you believe in Jesus, you're safe. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to go ahead and climb a mountain. You don't have to get on your knees. You don't have to go ahead and suffer because that was already done for you at the cross. You don't have to die because that was done for you at the cross. That's the message of Christianity. Most people, unfortunately, do not know that message. They know that the Christianity is you must suffer, you must go ahead and feel guilty to the core whenever you make a mistake, um, and all these rules. When you look at Christianity in that way, the Christian life is not hard. Christian life is actually impossible when you look at it from that message that the typical average person sees it from. It's impossible. You can't possibly be that perfect. And some say, oh, well, we're trying to go ahead and make perfect. Well, the thing is, go ahead and find the road of peace, the road of righteousness. And the only way you find that is by taking your eyes off yourself, realizing you can't do it, and looking at another being, which in this case would be Jesus. The work has been done for you. Even in the typical scriptures in ancient texts, in different type of religions, God is always a God. God is always explained as a God of peace and rest. A good example in the Old Testament, you know, the main goal, one of the main goals in the Old Testament and the story is to bring the Jewish people out of slavery or out of the rut they're in and bring them into the promised land, which the promised land had, everything that God wanted for them. And it's a prosperous land, a rich land, where you can go ahead and live life and live it beautifully. That's what God wanted for them. And all throughout the tribulations that they had, God still loved them all, even though they went ahead and sinned and committed all this other stuff. God still loved them and explained to them, try to keep them focused on the goal, which was the promised land. And one of the quotes is, I'm going to bring you to a land that's, rich in milk and honey. God didn't say, I'm going to bring you to a land that's filled with a lot of cows and a lot of bees. No, he said he's going to bring you to a land that's full of milk and honey. Don't focus on you having to go ahead and milk the cows. Don't focus on you having to harvest the honey. No, I'm bringing you to a land that's filled with milk and honey. The message of Christianity, of the Bible, is a message of your true identity, which is godlike, which is royalty. But unfortunately, we lose track of that. We look at self, and self is nothing but past mistakes. And then we get caught up in them, believe that that's who we really are, and we lose track of our true royalty DNA, if you want to say that. Right. Of course, this video is not for everybody. A lot of people may not like this video, may not like the message, or so forth, and may bash me for it. That's fine. Go ahead and skip the video. Look at other videos. There's other great videos. Or if you don't have my message and hold, that's awesome as well. I mean, what else can I do, right? Go ahead and follow somewhere else. Follow someone else. I personally believe that when it comes to the message from us people, from us humans, that we go ahead and give out to the world to try to help them, it's not for everybody. There's not one single road to everything. Everybody has a different road, you know. So I may not be the person for you. So if you don't like the message or what I'm about to say or what I have said, uh, kindly exit the video. You don't have to watch it, all right? So that's the message of the Bible. That's the message of Christianity, that your identity is not this person who has made all these mistakes. Who you are is not this person who has actually lived for how many ever years you've lived so far. The message of Christianity is that stop looking at self, stop looking at yourself, and look at God. Because there is where your true identity is. And the moment that you can go ahead and look away from self and look at your higher self, your true self, which is God, that's the moment that you will experience freedom. You will experience this peace that is beyond understanding, like the Bible describes it. And at that point, success is so easy because you now look at your true self, who you really are, and you know that nothing is impossible. And and you're not afraid at that point to go ahead and be your true self, which your true self is loving, is giving. You're not scared to go ahead and love another person to the fullest. You're not scared to go ahead and give to the people. At that point, fear goes away because your true identity is not fear. So I just wanted to go ahead on this beautiful Easter Sunday, make a video about Christianity, and I'll make videos about it as well. If you look at my channel, it's mixed in. It's mostly like self-help, certain sort of techniques, messages, principles that you can take into your life and apply them into your life and see good results from it. But it's also mixed in with a little Christianity, because that message, the true message of Christianity, is a message of actually success. It's actually a message of how to overcome